Well, for anybody who will stumble upon this video, this live stream, uh, which I don't think will, but yeah, that was completely unexpected. Story of my life. Always one of those things where it's just like when I think I'm down and out and about to get my ass stomped by life sometimes just miraculously comes in and uplifts me. I had to cut out because I wasn't comfortable with sharing um, some of the stuff. Uh, Things in the house are a lot worse than I've been letting on. I've purposely um, kept things silent because um, I'm kind of embarrassed by it. And when you're just one person against an insurmountable odd, you feel, well, like, I mean, I don't mind sharing most stuff. It's just that, hey, Chaos. Um, Glad you guys can join me. It's certain things that I'm just embarrassed about when it comes to the house. Hey, uh, it's like what? Um, Shit, I don't even know what time it is where you are, Chaos. I know West Coast is like 3 hours behind. It's just that certain things, when it comes to the house, I'm just embarrassed about. It's like, wow, you live in that? uh, cool. So you still got daylight. Um, which, which I guess, you know, you click with what my dad is kind of saying a little bit. Like some things are personal, but at the end of the day, you got a roof over your head at least, and you know, and yeah, I'm completely taken by what just happened. I mean, I told my neighbor, all the things that were wrong. I didn't lie. I showed him what's wrong with the house. And he's like, well, we're just going to be here for 4 weeks. We'll pay you. And I'm like, okay, if that's, I mean, I don't want to, keep him out living in the car like he's been doing. Shit, he had part of his foot taken off from frostbite. Damn. Can't even imagine that. Just, I can't. My camera's this way now. uh, Looking at this. No. God damn it. So I say it. That's true. That's true. Um, because I know some people worry about me, and I mean, they're gonna help me get some of this stuff straightened out with the house, like physically. Because, like I said, because I know you guys overheard it, I did lose the house. I don't know when they're gonna come and tell me I have to go. I don't know when. Like I was trying to tell them, it's just whenever the paperwork gets filed. Um, it's just a matter of time. Because I literally thought, because I've never been through this before. So I don't know how this happens. I literally thought, like, well, you didn't pay it. Deadline's up. And then they come, give you the papers, and say you got such and such time. Excuse me. So I've never been through that before, so I don't know. A lot of this is new to me. And that's why I've handled it the way I've handled it, because I'm like, you know, like, oh my God. But one of the lessons from that is that I may have just learned something that I've needed to learn for a very long time. And that's to let go of the past. Because this house, and I hate to say it as morbid as it is, this house is the last thing that is of my family. Yeah, there's me and my cousins and my uncle, but like, born from my family. Like with my aunt passing away, it's just a second generation now. And that's like a cornerstone, just gone. And this house is a tombstone to my family. And that's one of the things that have stopped my spiritual progression, is that I've held on to the past like grim death. And I let my mistakes of the past, overrule me. So this whole entire event has led up to this one single life lesson. And, which is actually good because I needed a drink. Which has led up to me letting go. You and your dreams, man. I swear. Yeah, letting go of the past is hard. Especially when people tell you just to let go. Like, how do I let go? You know? Tell me how to let go. It's easy to tell people to let it go. But they never tell you how or what to do. And that's one of those things that the New Age has just kind of really aggravated me on. Is that they'll tell you what you need to do, but they won't tell you how to do it. And I'm like, get out of here with that nonsense. But well, so yeah, um, um, I will say that this is something that is good, despite the warnings of everything physically in the house. And there's like, that's no problem. We'll take care of it. I'm like, okay. Um, got yourself a deal then. And it's funny because we were just talking about, you know, we was just talking about uh, being alone. I mean, like, how do you embrace it, if you don't mind me asking? Because when I think back about my past, and I'm like, just destroyed, because I see more of myself in the things that I've done wrong than I have done good. And I'm not saying that I have a guilty conscience. I'm just saying that I know it's done and over and moved on. But I guess that's part of the healing process, I suppose. Well, that's true, yeah. Um, and it just, let's see, hold on. I have to. I help a friend to find out why I have a foundation in Japan, fascination in Japanese culture. Where the entity just met and took a sword. Well, Chaos, Japanese culture is pretty cool. But, there's other Asian cultures that are cooler too, just to let you know. Uh, I mean, I could do that. I'm kind of doing that with some of the stuff that I've done, especially in my magical workings. Um, Especially in some of that, which some people are just like, okay, I gave you my advice. Don't make the same mistake I did because it could have an adverse effect on you, or effect. But, but I definitely need to. I mean, like I said, I'll always take responsibility for what I did. Now, was this part of the Azoni walking? If you are allowed to say anything about that, because I know that's kind of personal. Um, when you walk the gates of the underworld, like from my understanding, when you walk the gates of the underworld, the Azonai, uh, you basically look at yourself. At least that's my understanding of it. I may be confusing with somebody else. I do that a lot. Like working with the left-hand path, you look at yourself and deal with all the crap. Okay, I got you. I just, like I said, I confuse things a lot. So much information out there that I've absorbed in the last couple of years. It's hard to keep up with everything straight. All right, well, see you later. And Amino probably zero. But I don't know. I'm still holding out for the big Christmas miracle, which would be fantastic if my dad's car could get fixed. Because if that can get fixed, I got wheels. Although temporary, but enough to get me to work and stuff. And I want to find a job where, since this is relevant to what we're talking about, I want to find a job again where I feel like I'm actually doing good. Um, to make up for the crap that I did. And I want to, gifts. I want to put more good out there. And it's kind of why I took it hard when I lost my job at MD Logistics. I was helping people indirectly. Because that place, we would put medicines and vaccines and stuff into coolers, excuse me, and ship it off to doctors' offices, the CDC outposts in other countries. You know, I felt good. I was helping people without helping people. I was stuck in a warehouse where a freezer pretty much took up the whole building, but um, it was nice. So 2019 is going to be about change anyway. So hopefully humbly this time and not let my hubris destroy me. So if anybody has any questions or would like to talk about something, uh, feel free. Uh, I think everything just got well, towards the end of the last video. Favorite food this time of year? Man, why do you gotta be asking questions that are hard? Damn. No, I'm joking. Ah, chili. Yes, chili. Chili is a good time good food to have this time of the year. Definitely. Um, Not sure about. It's not that I'm being a wimp. It's just that there's so many good foods. I like food. I also like living. Oh, chili is good. I'm not sure about your neck of the woods on how cold it gets, but shit, fucking days where it's like, I don't know, 1 degree outside, and it's like you walk outside and you're like flash frozen. A hot bowl of chili will just brighten that day up. Um, every man's got a way to make chili. Every man's got a way to make chili. Yeah, because it is chili season. In fact, I just had a can of chili last night. um, I put in some Wendy's chili seasoning, and because canned chili's just so bland. I mean, if I could make my homemade chili, I would. But, chili, I like chili. Um, well, I like home cooking. That's for sure. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I prefer home cooking. I'm like I can't cook a Thanksgiving dinner, but I can cook shake and bake pretty well. I can do that. Um, Although strictly to the holidays, I love turkey. Like a cooked turkey. The turkey skin's the best part. Ham, which that can be really anytime, but ham just seems a little bit more tastier during the winter months. But outside of holiday food, chili. Um, uh, this is hard because I'm so vast in what I eat or have ate until I've started living off of bachelor chow, as I call it. Um, you know, I'm really gonna have to do some thinking on that one. Chili's a definite. That's gonna be a given. Uh, Beverage wise, um, although it's a crime that it's not through the winter months, um, I like eggnog. That's that's good for this time of the year. And hot tea, like just hot tea. I used to write letters. I still would if I had the money to go get stamps. I don't even know how much stamps are. Like 44 cents was the last I remember. Yeah, I heard that in your video with Frank. Uh, he writes handwritten letters, which I think is cool. Uh, flashback that I was supposed to write my friend Harry, who lives in England. Um, I was supposed to write him a long time ago. Um, because he actually sent uh, like a package from the UK, which I thought was the coolest shit ever. So I've never had a package outside of Japan. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. I feel like if I did that, that's when the mailman would peek in the envelope. Because I'm kind of paranoid about that. Um, Funny story with that. I had a friend send me a incantation ritual for a summoning and of a daemon. Like it couldn't even be written in pen. It had to be written in pencil to safely do it. And they sent it, and it never showed up. But I would feel so bad because I can't, because I don't got no money for stamps at the at this time. Like I had stamps because I was writing my girlfriend all the time before I got a cell phone. 2008. That's all I did was write letters to her, and I'd go through stamps like water. And but yeah, writing letters is a forgotten art form, and I feel like I don't know if you would agree with it, but I feel like the more we progress technologically, some of the things that are basic, like writing, that we had to learn, just kind of slips less and less out of our minds. I don't know if that makes sense, but like the other day, I had to remind myself how to write cursive because I forgot how to write in cursive. I was like, how the hell did that happen? I don't know. Still can't make a G in cursive. Still can't do that. Um, Sky energies, which is funny because when I talk to the gods and goddesses, I'm always looking at the sky. Always. I don't know if that's because it's been imprinted in my head. That's where they live. Although we all know Ereshkigal doesn't, but I still do it anyway. I don't know if it's because of that or um, yeah, I can tell you. um, so I can tell you some energies of the people that have fallen in my life have stayed. Cause you brought up an interesting point. Cause you brought up a good point with that. I mean, I just like staring into space, like in general, anyway. And and I could, just stare forever. Even when it's like below freezing, I'll be outside looking at the clear sky, looking at the stars. And I'll use the symbolism with the moon for goddess. Now, as for Anu, Enlil, and Enki, um, well, it's the silvery eye. So, I mean, it's inviting, very inviting. As with them, mm, well, at least the moon is good at keeping secrets. That's for sure. And it sees some stuff, and it never talks. The moon. Um, I'll talk to the moon all day, every day. It knows what I did. It knows what you did, but it ain't saying nothing. Okay. Well, go smoke. Actually, is there anything I want to do? Um, seems like there was something I wanted to do. Hmm. 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 Sorry, folks. This is just the moment where I'm trying to figure out something completely unplanned. Uh, but for those just tuning in, uh, allow me to recap. Um, a good blessing happened, and I'm just gonna go with it. I'm not gonna even just. I mean, I don't know. So I had to cut the last live stream off because it was getting into some personal stuff. But about it, but excuse me. But you know what? It might be a good thing. And it's only 4 weeks that I'll be helping a friend out, a neighbor. To which I feel bad because, cool. I was just catching up, everybody. Because I feel bad. Because I was saying I feel bad for my neighbor because he lost his house because of termites, and he had some black snakes living under his house. Like, um, okay. I mean, snakes aren't that rare, but they're not common in this area of Indianapolis. But um, well, it's not going to be a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to start something. Which, like I said, no money, or no money, yeah. Money is better than no money. And yes, it does add up. One of the things that is one of my nasty little habits is getting too used. The two used. Oh, my cousin Vinny reference there. Is getting used to these apps that allow you to order food. So you don't have to spend a half an hour in the drive-thru on a Friday night just to get to your order, and then they don't have it. It's like, um, so I'm gonna be smart about this. And yeah, this is actually pretty good timing. Damn good timing. Now that I think about it. Story of my life. Just when I think I'm down. But I just don't know how somebody can get a nest of black snakes. You would think that they would, they would slither out. Because I do a lot of night walking. But, I don't know. One of the things I would like to talk about real quick, for no apparent reason, because a lot of people say, do you have to let the universe in the way you do? Believe the universe watches over, guards, guides, and protects you. Make these words into a mantra. Okay. Uh, that's kind of similar to what I've been doing. I've been doing a mantra manifest outlook on life, and I'm still working on it. I know I can't just switch it off and on after years of being so pessimistic and negative. It's just kind of hard to turn on a dime. But baby steps, baby steps. I also want to talk about the irony of the situation real quick, if I may. Because this is usually around the time where I do a money ritual. I usually do my rituals either on solstice or Christmas Eve itself. I don't know why. You'd think solstice would be the perfect time, but there's some days where I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do it. So I do it on Christmas Eve. And that was one of the ideas of a ritual I was going to do tonight. I was going to do a money ritual tonight. And lo and behold, my neighbor comes in and it's like, hey, we'll give you money. Let us stay here for 4 weeks. Interesting to note, I don't know his real name. He goes by Windmill. And the reason why he's called Windmill is because he, he was in a bar fight and he was punching dudes with both his fists, and he got the nickname Windmill from that. And I think that's one of the coolest ways to get a nickname is punching two dudes at the same time. And uh, I think that's pretty awesome. It, I definitely know I'm under one ritual right now that I did a while back. So, and that could be part of that. Date or time. And a lot of people forget that or don't understand that. And if it does happen, there's usually some consequence to it. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen consequence free, um, but usually haste is borderlining that part of greed. So, and I try not to be greedy and stuff. So, so I guess I don't know. Ah, don't know. Hey, chaos. Um, want to show like some of the ridiculousness here. Like we all know oracle cards, you know they're pretty big, but and that's to be expected. Oh, that's hurting my elbow. My bad elbow. This is a tarot. This is tarot. Pull out my card. Of course, Crawley calls it the Magus. This is the Thoth Tarot, OTO edition. Now, look at my small, girlish hands and how I can, barely hold that. One of the things about this deck is they gave two Maguses, which I thought that was kind of a sign. Do you have a prayer to use over them? I don't use this deck. Because I know the Crowley deck is use your interpretation. Like you have to look at the artwork to internalize what it means to you. And I'm kind of at that point where I'm still working with the Dark Grimoire Tarot, which is a lighter version of the Crowley deck. But if I did use these, I would get the more smaller version. Nice. Nice. That's always a plus. Just trying to remember something like that from memory for me is like, that's why I like to write things down. But look at this ridiculousness. Like, I'm like having trouble trying to keep this in my hand. It's ridiculous. Like, who thought this was a good idea in the 60s, I think. Might be 60s, I don't know. That's true, that's true. There's some things that I do remember that I'm connected to a lot. Well, I'll hold on to that idea. Because it's going to be a while. Because I don't know um, how much this would cost to mail it. And it's pretty... I mean, if you're comfortable with that, that's cool too. I mean, I'm not opposed, especially if someone's going to treasure it. That's kind of the way I did with my Ars Goetia. Um, we'll see where this goes, because I know I got to get to the post office to get the ins and outs on it. But it's a big deck of cards, and it's a little beat up. But what do you expect from shit from the 70s and 60s, right? I honestly don't know how my mom got these. I really don't. I know she paid $10 for it, because the price tag is right there. It's like right there. Okay, we can make it in January. That works for me, because that's when I get. Well, I get paid anywhere from the 26th to the 1st of January. Um, it's just getting to the post office. That's the trouble. But because I got a post office like right close to me, it's just getting there. Um, as long as you can take good care of them, that's all that matters. Because I feel bad that I have these and I'm not really doing anything with them. They're just memories of my mom. Like, I got my tarot decks, but I also got hers. And they're just relics. And I mean, they're in pretty good condition still. Um, might be some slight edge wear, but you know, like I said, I don't know if my mom used these or not, or she just collected them. Um, okay, that's a little bit older than me. That's like 10 years older than me. I love the artwork. I'm not gonna lie. That's cool too. Um, I should really do that. I should really cleanse my cards too, because it's been a while since. But at the same time, I kind of don't use them that much. Um, I don't think this came with a book. It's a little cramped in the box because basically damn. One of the wind gods is pretty pissed off today. Um, as you can see, there is no room for a book. But there is, however, this information card. Talking about the deck and talking about those in Kabbalistic and stuff of Crowley's work. So I'm unfortunately afraid that there's no book, but it does come with this, which is stuff you probably already know and are familiar with, since you like Crowley. Excuse me. I did have his Book of the Law, too. His red Book of the Law. I did have that. The 70s were really a renaissance of the spiritual and magical age. So, yeah, it's a little dirty and it's got some wear and tear, but again, something that's been 45 years old. At least the cards are in good condition, so that's the main thing. Because I tried looking that up and I had no luck. Well, Chaos, I would say we're honestly going into a third renaissance. Oh, no, actually. We're going into a second renaissance. We're going into the third age. Okay, cool. Cool. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. But, cool. But yeah, we can do that. Definitely. And like I told my friend Sato, I'd rather have somebody to have it that'll take care of it and use it. Because it's just sitting there collecting dust with everything else. And I trust you. I trust you. I know you take good care of it. Hell, if you can use them, that's even more of a plus. Just 45 years old. Shit. Because I know the OTO is not on the current ones already. I know that much. Yeah, I know you will. That's why I'm not hesitating about it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The Thoth deck is kind of intimidating. It's like you got novice decks beginner decks, medium decks, and then you got advanced decks, and that's an advanced deck. Um, and that's kind of intimidating to me. It's like, oh. um, my psychic development teacher, he was a fan of the Thoth deck. That was like his personal deck. He would always use in his psychic readings when he would still work for this one metaphysical shop. Like, that's the deck he used. Like, all the time. And he was like, it's not for the beginner. And I'm like, got ya. But, I don't know. It's just the sheer size of it. It's like, why would that be so big? Were people giants back then? um, but like I said, I could see oracle cards though. But I have fun. I have fun. Well, let's see here. Um. Mm, shit. I'm just in this awe mode right now. It's like something good just happened, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, cool. I haven't even gotten the mail today. Like, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to them, you know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, the house has problems, like serious problems. And they're still wanting to, you know, be like, all we need is a room. I'm like, okay. I did not. I was expecting to do my live stream, be on for like maybe an hour and a half, you know, because I know uh, some people are gonna fight and do their solstice rituals, and hell yeah, because I was just gonna sit here, do my live stream, make some hamburgers for dinner after I got done, and listen to Christmas music and to be honest, dwell in the sadness that is my life right now. And then boom. Didn't even see him pull in at all. And I got the video camera connected to a TV in the corner, um, like right over where I'm looking at right now. And I can see when somebody pulls in. Like, it was like a damn ghost, just whoop. Like, what? Um, well, my brother Waylon would be the one to go for that. I don't really do many books because my situation. So, um, like, I can do a review on the stuff I've got. The one who is speaking in the video called, I don't know what book. Which video? You watch a lot of videos. Like, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Do you watch anything else? uh, that work. Um, mm, I'm sorry, I don't really know. Um, if you're asking for books that work, uh, well, any book could work. You just gotta put your intention into it and your energy. Yeah, what he said. Exactly. Um, one of my one of the people I follow, Chaos, is ironically Haitian uh, voodoo. Uh, Leonard Elmera, he talks a lot of spiritual stuff that I apply to my path. And one of the things he said that I completely relate to is it doesn't matter if it's not real. If it inspires hope, that's all that matters. And I relate to that a lot. So, excuse me. Especially when you're working with the Simon Economicon and all the bullshit that comes with that. Which you don't know until you try. Don't know until you try. But lots of books can work. Um, you just gotta uh, use his advice. Um, but but do you ever like take a break from magic and anything? Like, do you watch any other kind of video? Because I know you're a serious practitioner and all, but I'd at least watch a video on video games or something. Like, I couldn't do that all the time. Well, that's good at least, because gotta have some variety, man. Some variety. NCIS. Uh, Agent Gibbs, yes. Agent Gibbs. Quite familiar with him. Because my roommates were obsessed with that show. Like, literally. They would complete whatever was on Netflix, go to a streaming site, watch the newer current episodes, and then watch it all over again. And I'm like I like some stuff too, but not after you just done watching. Um, like I know this channel was supposed to be all about witchy and magic and stuff, but like I said, you got to have some variety. And there's a lot of stuff on this channel that I didn't think I was gonna subscribe to, but should check out Wallander. Hmm. I think I will, because I'm kind of interested in. Uh, I mean, yeah, I listen to the radio a lot, but I still miss TV. Oh God, do I miss TV? Um, Dragon Ball Super's okay. I'm not a fan of it anymore. The show's Wallander. Alright. In the confusion of everything that just happened, I've lost my pencil and paper. Write that down. Wallander. Yes. I'll check it out. That's nice. Like, I'm an anime fan, but I've kind of just taken like a step back from all the modern anime. Like, I love the classics, and by classics I mean stuff from the 80s and 90s, when there's like back before everything was a TV show and there was actual movies. Like, I love films, so. But modern anime is just kind of, it's just kind of blah. I wouldn't say trash. Some of it's actually pretty good. It's just the way anime is nowadays. It's just one. It's in a TV show format. A lot of series that would just be great for a movie would be a movie, but they drag it out for God knows how long. And then there's really no substance to any of it. Yes, I have the VHS OVAs. They have the OVA series. I love Mew. That is one of my top influential animes. Black Butler, I haven't seen. Tokyo Ghoul, I've heard of it, but I'm like, I don't know. Vampire Knight. Vampire Knight. That's the one that that's like popular with all the goth girls. Well, I'm not saying that it's not, can't watch it, but all the goth girls love Vampire Knight. Blood Plus, I did see a lot of that. uh, like back when they were producing graphic novels of Mew in English, I would collect as many as I could. So I got like a pretty good chunk of graphic novels of Miyu, and that's just one of my influential animes. Because I range from from horror to sci-fi. Like, I'm all over the place. And not too terribly long ago, I made a list of my top 5 influential animes. Like, stuff that has inspired me in my creative processes of the stuff that I was doing at the time. Not Blood Plus, but Miyu was on there. A lot of the stuff's going to be obscure. Yes. Even if it does border on some of the stuff that's kind of taboo. I have to read that again. That's a shame because it's a really good series. Even the TV show was pretty good. And I don't understand why that's, like, rare. Like, come on. Vampire Princess Miyu. Like, it's just awesomeness. In fact, I have the soundtrack saved to my playlists on my In the Shadows podcast. Like, one of the OVA soundtracks as a playlist on that channel. And, because it's just good music. And it's just so sad that a lot of people just never heard of it or even bother when it was at its popularity. I like obscure stuff for the most part. Um, I tend to stay away from a lot of the popular things because uh, when you get super fans of stuff and they ruin it for you before you even start on it, it's like, why even bother? Um, and I just, I don't know. The fandom has changed a lot, and fandom has changed. That's what I'll say. But um, yeah, I'm about to wrap this up anyway. I kind of got to clean up this mess here, but I need to finish reading that. Well, I'm glad someone knows what to say, because I'm still in awe. I'm not going to bed, Zero. I'm still going to be up. Peace and blessings to you too, and you, Chaos. Um, I might be having a New Year's Eve live stream. I don't know. It depends on what's going on with them. So, I'll let you all know. So, I want to thank everybody for joining, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try too. So, we're gonna see how that goes, because I did one last year, or this year, so I'd like to do it again. So, thank you all for joining. I hope everyone has a good night, a good solstice ritual, and all that fun stuff. I don't need to do one now because it already happened. So, bye.